Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Thank you for tuning in today. I really miss doing videos. I know I went through a period of a month without recording anything, but you know how life is, and you just take that time. So I want to record a video today, and before we get into my video, let's get into a positive note. It's okay to make mistakes. Mistakes are supposed to be life lessons, and every mistake that you make, look at it as an opportunity to recreate a new slate. Because cleaning the slate and starting over is a way to give yourself empowerment to also move forward to make better decisions. And every mistake that we make or we see others make is supposed to be a life lesson. It's supposed to be something that will help us learn to be better as people, because that's what life is about. We're supposed to learn things, we're supposed to understand things, and we're supposed to join and create and be a part of something that's bigger than all of us. And in a lot of ways, we're all co-creators. We're the writer of our own stories, we're the writer of our own journeys, and it's up to us, to decide how to write those pages. So don't look at an era as a end. Look at your era as a beginning. And I have a new day to look forward and start all over again. And with that, I will conclude my positive notes. So I just like to give inspiration in my videos, and for those of you who are new to my videos, I only started doing my positive notes over the last few videos because I like looking for inspiration. I like being an inspiration, and I liked giving inspiration to others. We're all here to learn. We're all here to manifest our own, bigger part of who we are. We're supposed to grow. And I really enjoy growing. I enjoy learning. I enjoy trying to reach my potential. The future is unknown. We don't know our futures, but we can strive towards a path to prepare a future. So that's why I do my positive notes, because I want to, just be a voice, be something that someone, come across and they hear and it resonates, and it really touches that part of them that may be also on the same plane and along the same pathway in their thoughts, and and just understanding why things are the way they are, and how do we make sense of it on a daily basis. But maybe I'll in the future decide to do my little philosophical talks about life. If you're interested in that, leave a comment below. Let me know if that's your vibe, if that's the kind of jazz you're into, because I think we all are at a level in life to be enlightened. We want to be enlightened. We want to find a different way of thinking and relating and understanding to people. And I just someone who just like to think and find understanding for me personally, because that's what I'm supposed to do. I'm not supposed to be making decisions and not understand why I make decisions. We're supposed to understand where we're coming from and where we're going. So I'll just leave it with that. So today, I want to film a tutorial. I already have my face done, so let's pray this will not be a long video. I know I like talking, and I know some people may be out there like, but oh, Life Beauty, you need to do this, you need to do that. So I'm going to do a tutorial. I already have my face done. So at the end of my tutorial, I'll tell you what I have on my face. So I'm going to be doing a tutorial on the Anastasia Beverly Hills Sultry palette. And I'm choosing to do a tutorial because Macy's 10 Days of Glam has the Anastasia Beverly Hills Sultry palette, which was a holiday edition in 2018. So it was last year it was released. They will be having this palette 50% off tomorrow, Saturday, 6/15/19. So I felt like it's necessary to do a video for anyone who may be thinking, should I get this video, should I get this, I'm about to say video, should I get this palette? I really like Anastasia Beverly Hills palettes. Is one of my favorite brands that exists in the beauty cosmetic industry, and I have been collecting. I think I have most of the palettes. I don't have their old school, like their OG palettes when they started making palettes, and I wish I had those because I remember seeing them in Ulta, but I don't have those. So I started really collected them. I think my first one was like the Self-Made palette and the Traveler palette. So I started from that point on collecting the palette. So now I need the Riviera, and now I need the Alyssa Edwards. And so let's get into the Sultry. So the Sultry palette is more of a cool tone. I'll say like a neutral cool tone palette. Is definitely, you can dress it up, you can dress it down. It is very neutral cool tone with a pop of color, which is that coral pink. It's 14 shades, had to count there because I was miscounting. So it comes with 14 shades, but this is what the outer packaging looks like. And one thing that I love about the Sultry palette, or the Anastasia packaging, is that their unicarton has this little thing here. So all you gotta do is just take your finger and push up and it opens. I love that. It makes it where you don't ruin your fingernails, especially if you just did your nail polish. You don't have to dig. You know, I think all packages need to have this unicarton where you can just pull up and bam, you're done. You're in the palette. Because sometimes I have to get scissors and dig it open because I save my boxes. I love saving my boxes with my palette so I don't get rid of them. And I don't like the damaging. I don't like to damage them. So this is what the palette looks like. It's glimmery, it's glittery, it's glam. So basically think of the Sultry as like a cool tone glam palette. And so inside of it you get these 14 shades, and you also get a brush here and a mirror. So that's what comes with the palette. So this Sultry palette will be 50% off on the Macy's 10 Days of Glam. So I'm going to go ahead and I did this look yesterday. And I love watching Natasha Denona's videos on her eye look. So I kind of felt like I had channeled my inner Natasha Denona. So I have been trying to figure out how she slicks the model's eyes. So I figured they're like a cut crease, but they're like a full crease over the eyes. I'm not perfect with cut creases. I have tried a few times to play with them. I need to continue to play with them. But yesterday I'm going to do step by step what I did because I wanted to create a look that'll be suitable and maybe something people may like. You may jazz with it, you may not. But I'm going to go in first with the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define full coverage conceal and contour liquid concealer base. So this is what it looks like. And this is the bottle. And it is in C6. You see that? And I'm just gonna put some on my eyes. And I'm gonna dot that on. So I may look a little bit crazy while I'm doing this. I dare you to walk out of your house like this and just wear concealer on your eyes all day. But anyhow, I'm just being goofy. So I'm going to take my 201 Real Technique brush and I'm just going to smooth that in. And I'm just going to follow the shape of my eye. Because when I bought this concealer, everybody was talking about it. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to go buy it. And people were using it for their cut creases. And I'm saying, you know what? I'm just going to indulge. And I usually don't use concealer to do my makeup look. I usually use like my Kat Von D Lock It color correcting eyeshadow primer. And I have been playing with makeup and I have been using my CoverGirl Lock It Lid primer as well. That really locks down the color. So I'm going to also go under my eyes because I'm going to put colors along my lower lash line. So I'm going to kind of smudge out some of this color and go under my lash line. Just kind of put a little bit of color there. And then I'm going to go over to this side. Do the same thing here. And this stuff dries fast, so I feel like you gotta kind of move. You gotta move. Or probably it's better to do one eye at a time. But it does, like how you saw I had this sitting on this eye while I was working on the other eye. Because if it's really matte, you have to move fast. Or otherwise it just sits where it's supposed to, you know, where it's supposed to sit basically. So I'm just going to follow the shape of my eye. Oops. And then voila. And then that's that. So, and I have prepped my eyes to go in with this color. So then I just kind of like let it sit there for a little second, kind of like, you know, by this time I'm either looking through my Instagram feed or I'm looking at YouTube videos or I'm, you know, I'm snacking on something. And I'm just basically just waiting. So while we're waiting, I'm going to talk about the colors I'll be using. So I will be using Bloom, which is a matte coral pink. I will be using Rose Quartz, which is described as a metallic soft peach with a pink shift. And all this information is under Anastasia Beverly Hills website about the Sultry palette. This holiday palette is retail for $45. So you're going to be getting it 50% off with the Macy's deal. And this palette does contain 2 caught favorite shades. One of them I will be using in this tutorial. Did I say 14 shades? Oh yeah, there is 14 shades in this palette. So 2 are caught favorites, which I figured out it must be Fresh, and it's NOIR. Fresh is a matte ivory pink, and NOIR is a matte deep black. I will be using NOIR in the video. And there's all 12 new shades that are in this palette. And so I will be using also a little bit of Dystopian, which is a matte dark ash brown. That's what I did yesterday. I will be using CYBORG, which is a metallic silver with a violet undertone, and NOIR, which is a matte deep black, which I already mentioned. So I will be using those shades, and a little bit of Steampunk. You may not see it in the video, but I just used this a little bit on my lower lash line, and it's described as a metallic topaz bronze. So let's go ahead and jump into the tutorial. So I'm going to be using my BH Cosmetic Rose Gold brushes. Yes, I am married to these brushes, and I don't plan on getting a divorce. So I'm going to go in with the color Bloom, which is the matte coral pink. And I will show you, this is the color here. And I'm just going to go in and start at the edge of my crease, and I'm going to go in. And I'm going to blend. I really like this pink. It's really soft. And you can pat it on and then blend if you like, to kind of build up the pigmentation. But you want to start off light. And just kind of buff it in. Like do the patting motion. And then just blend. Depends on the intensity you want to create in your eye look. Oops. And then I'm going to blend. I'm going to diffuse that color along my brow bone because it's going to go up. You know, most people be like, why are you doing that? That's not how you wear eyeshadow. Well, yesterday when I was playing with this look, I wanted it to look editorial. And I'm not a makeup artist, but when I play with makeup, I like to go there. I love how makeup artists do their models' makeup. And it's unconventional, it's non-traditional, it's explorative, it's creative. And that's the way I look at makeup. I look at it like a canvas to create what you want to create. I feel like there's no right or wrong. You know, yes, there are the do's and don'ts of makeup, but when you're your own artist, and we all have our own inner artists, we all have our own way of wearing makeup. So that's why I say when you're creating makeup, it's supposed to be fun. Makeup is not supposed to be stressful. It's not supposed to make us feel sad. It's not supposed to make us feel angry. It's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be the very thing that, for us who love doing this, we run to. It's a happy place, you know. It only becomes unhappy when it no longer fulfills us. So if it no longer when it's no longer fulfilling you, then it's gonna not be your happy place anymore. And this doesn't, when I say that, it's not like a finality to that. It's just for right now, because you may pick it up later and be like, oh, I really love it. But I'm just basically diffusing this color out to my brow bone. So next I'm going to go in with my lid color, and I'm going to pick up my kind of long flat shader brush from BH Cosmetic Rose Gold Collection, and I'm going to pack in the shade Rose Quartz, which is this pink, like peachy pink shade here, and I'm going to apply that to my lid. This color is so interesting because it looks like there's gold in it also, but maybe that's why I kind of like, I showed this to a friend of mine, and she said like it looks like a pink gold like color, because I had took pictures of myself wearing this look and showed it to her, and she was like, yeah, I see pink, I see gold, I see silver, and this is a really pretty color. So I'm just going to go along the shape of my eyeball and put this color in. Yeah, but makeup is supposed to be something that makes us happy. It's just like a painter who loves to come home and paint. If he or she has a regular 9 to 5, and let's say painting is not their job, and they just basically are working, they come home, they can't wait to paint. That's how I look at makeup. It's like a art. Or if you do this for a living, you're supposed to like really love it and really get into it. But I know sometimes stress has a way of sneaking in on us, and sometimes it's not always the things that we love that pulls us away. It's the things that's causing us stress that pulls us away. So I basically am just packing it on and kind of like blending it in. So this is what I did yesterday, and then I will go back in, and I'm going to use my finger to kind of give it some extra oomph. And this look was not applied with any wetting of my brush. I just wanted to truly show off Anastasia Beverly Hills formula for these eyeshadow pigments, because they're really, 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 really pretty. Oops, went a little bit over. So I just wanted to recreate this look, and I'm just gonna take my finger now and just go over it, just to give it a more. And sometimes you're using your fingers to go over shimmer shades. You don't want to go over it too heavily, because it may, I feel like it may look cakey. If you understand what I'm saying, like it could start showing fine textures in your eyelids if you do too much. So that's where I am. And then I take my blending brush that I was using, and then I'm going to go in and blend. So there's no harsh lines. I don't want those harsh lines to show. And I really like the size of the mirrors they have for their palettes, because it really shows your eyes it can show your whole face, but it mainly shows your eyes. And that's where you want to give your attention to. So the next thing that I did is that I'm going to go in. So I just used Bloom. I just used Rose Quartz, which is the eyelid color. So next thing I'm going to do is go now work on my outer V. And I'm going to use my rose gold. It's like a short tapered detail brush. And I'm going to go in and start working on my V. My V was very expansive. So I just pat on the color, kind of outlining where I want to go. So you pat on the color and then kind of blend out. And because I'm blending it in with the rose quartz, it's giving it, because NOIR is a matte black, but it looks like it's shimmery because it's blending in with rose quartz. And I'm just going to blend in and kind of like, because I'm trying to create that V on the outside, and then we kind of dust it outwards. So kind of outward, and then I let that set, and then I go back over to the next eye and do the same thing. So it's kind of like I'm building a story in my outer crease. I'm building a story. Midnight story. And then I'm going to kind of diffuse it outward. And kind of create like a wing look. So you blend, and then you wing. Blend, wing, blend, wing. And some people be like, oh no, you lost me. You lost me with that blending and winging. But it's, you know, this is just a look. You don't have to go out as far as I'm doing it if you choose to recreate this. I'm just having fun. Because this was... And yesterday when I was recreating this look, I felt like I liked my left eye, which you're looking at my right now, but it's to your left. This right eye, I was not feeling it as much as my left. My left one, it was snatched. I had to insert pictures. But yeah, it was a nice shaped wing. And the matte black is deep, but almost... My camera stopped while I was talking, so I don't know what you caught at the end of that. I apologize. But the matte black NOIR is a deep, it's not like a deep black, it's almost like a smoky black to me. It's not quite, it's like a charcoal. It's not too black. There's like some gray undertone to it. So now I'm going to kind of like blend that in. And blend in. Feel like I go too high. I always try to make it a little even. And it goes too high. So I'm just gonna wing that out a little bit. So it looks like a wing. Diffuse that out. I don't think Natasha Denona would go that far out with her edges, but you know, I'm not Natasha Denona. She is a pro at what she does, and I love watching her tutorials. But you know, I was just trying to recreate something that looks editorial. So I'm just going back in with Bloom and blending. I'm gonna start blending in so it doesn't look harsh. And this is not like your traditional look. Most people would not leave their house looking like that, and this is not intended to be a tutorial you wear outside your house unless you just bowl and you don't care. If the world is looking at you. So that's that. So now I'm gonna take my pointed rose gold. It's like it's a pointed like smudge brush from the rose gold collection. I'm gonna go in with Dystopian, which is that matte dark ash brown color, and I'm just gonna go, because this is what I did yesterday. I'm just gonna go along my lash line, just gently smudge it in. Gently smudge it in. Because I'm using it as a base for other colors to lay on top of it. And then I'm just going to take my pinky and I'm going to smudge it. My cat said, "What are you doing?" He's like, "What are you doing and why are you doing that?" So I'm doing the same thing to this eye. And I'm going to do some cleanup. So if I look a little bit strange, I'm going to clean this up at the end. So I'm taking that and then I'm going to smudge with my fingertip just like that. And we're just smudging. I always do this with my eyelids. Like, I take my wings out a little bit far because I just like, it's just for drama. That's why I do it. I do it for the drama of it. So now I'm going to go in and apply Bloom on top of it. And Bloom again is that matte coral pink in the palette. That's also in my transitional crease. You know what, first, Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm just gonna put the pink on. Because yesterday I think I put NOIR in, but I think I'm lining it with the pink first. And then I'm gonna go in with because NOIR is like my next step. My next step towards the lower half of my eye. Because NOIR is like that anchor that is holding that boat together. We need that anchoring. And my eyes are starting to water, which I don't like that. Because I don't want NOIR to move. Yes, kitty. What are you saying? Hopefully you're saying that is a very nice look you're doing there. So just kind of blend that in. So that's what it looks like. So it looks like almost like a muted plum shade. When I mix Dystopian and Bloom together, it kind of looks plummy. And I always know you can mix shades together, kind of get a customizable type of shadow look. So next I'm going to take in NOIR. And I'm going to go in my outer corner of my lower lash line. And I'm just going to connect the dots. And give that anchor a good pull. I always find like when I do makeup looks where I don't film it, it turns out so much better. I don't know if you all encounter that, but I truly feel when I'm not doing this for no reason but just to have fun with my palette, I feel like it looks so much better. It looks so much better. I'm just basically filling in that gap, basically. And I'm just smudging NOIR halfway in. Again, this is for the drama. The drama editorial that I strive to be and love. I love editorial looks more than anything. Like, I am a girl who loves to look in magazines. And when I'm looking in magazines, I'm looking for their eye look. I love runway makeup. I love, you know, the editorial stuff. I love the regular stuff too. Well, you know what? I done took that too far. I didn't mean to go that far. So that's what happened when I'm talking. I'm getting lost in what I'm doing. I'm going to have to clean that up. I took that way too far. Way too far. Way too far. What are you doing? So I'm going to have to clean that up. And go back in with Bloom again. So let me pause and come back and clean that up. So I am back. I spent some time trying to fix up the corner of my eye. However, channeling my inner Anastasia the Nona has seemed to go astray. This eye at the corner does not want to submit to my will. So I'm just going to let it sit there. And maybe I could come back later. It's my tear duct. It's like whenever it gets watery, it just moves this eyeshadow. So be warned, I have warned you that if you have a watery tear duct, keeping certain colors there is not going to prevail. So I'm going to move on because I don't want to give the tear ducts much power that I have already given it. I'm going to work on my inner tear duct, not inner tear duct, my inner corner. And I'm going in with CYBORG. Now CYBORG says it's a silver, metallic silver with a violet shift. So it's this color here, which is very full. And I'm just going to go in my inner corner. With my angled BH rose gold brush, and I'm just gonna line my outer part of my tear duct. I'm gonna just sweep that in. With makeup, it's just one of those things that, and I had to do a little talk with myself off camera. It's just one of those things that if it doesn't work the way you want it, don't give up. Because even right now as I'm talking, there's water coming out of my eye. And yesterday it was fine. It was fine. It didn't water up or anything. So I don't know what's different, because I'm doing the same technique as I did yesterday. But I don't know why it's just watering. If anybody have an idea to control a watery tear duct when you're trying to apply makeup, let me know, because I want to be able to control it, but sometimes I just feel like I can't. Like, for whatever reason, it won't let me. And I know this is a test to my patience, because no matter how perfect I want this to look, as it did yesterday, and I'm starting to feel like, oh, now my look is ruined because it's not doing what I'm supposed. It's not doing it the way I want it to. That color is moving. There's nothing I can do about it. So instead of feeling defeated or feeling disappointed, I just have to embrace this just how it is. I have the pictures that I will put in this video to show you the look that I did yesterday. Just for that reason, because sometimes when I'm done filming a makeup look, I do videos. I mean, not videos, I do pictures after. And I'm so glad, and it's a blessing. See, that's how blessings work. I'm so glad that I did a pre-look and took photos of it prior to filming this, because I would not have good pictures. And be careful with CYBORG, because it has a little bit of fallout. So now I'm going to go in, put a little bit of STEAMPUNK in the middle of my lower lash line. And it does kind of have that violet shift. It's hard to see when I'm applying it, but it does kind of have a violet shift. So but it's just a testimonial to how things work. Had I not been playing with a look prior to filming this, I would not have those good pictures. And that's how blessings work. It's unforeseen. You just don't know. Because when we're filming, we want things to look so perfect, and it doesn't always go. It doesn't always go perfect. And I think the more attention I try to give my look, I feel like the worse it becomes. Everything else looks so nice, but I am surprised my tear duct is acting up. I am so surprised. And it just makes the whole look. It reminds me when I try to film with that Fenty look. I had did a look for my Fenty video, and I was not happy with the way it looked. This eye, I try to line it with a black eyeliner to give it a base. This eye is not acting as crazy, but this eye here doesn't like me today. Just say, you know what? Nope. I don't want to cooperate. I don't want to cooperate with your wing, your overly dramatic wing look. And I try to lay some more concealer. I try to lay some more concealer in that area. Nope. He said, nope, 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 no, 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 no. No. The beauty is, I have the pictures. And I will show you. You may get this wet look for this video, and I do apologize because I expected it to look phenomenal. And I expected it. I think that's what happens when you put too much expectations on yourself. I put too much expectation on myself with this. I wanted it to reinvent it to look as beautiful as I had it yesterday. And I think when you have no intentions in mind and you just freestyling it, it tends to work in your favor. I truly believe that. So don't go into things with a lot of heavy intentions. Just have fun. And that pretty much is the look, aside from my little eye that don't want to submit to me. It wants to do what it wants. I did the best that I could, and I just have to accept that is just how it is, you know. That is just how it is. Things are not perfect. Our looks don't always come out perfect. But you get the gist. You get the gist of how this look. And I kind of took my, just a little bit. I'm just cleaning up things. I kind of took the NOIR a little bit too high up on my eye. But that's just how it is. Maybe I'm having like some kind of like allergy or something. Maybe, you know, you never know when your body's just, sometimes if it's, especially if it's under stress, your body could react in a certain way. Maybe yesterday I was more relaxed, more calm. Maybe because I'm filming, I feel maybe my body's just maybe reacting. So I am just gonna, yeah, just leave that. So this is the completed look. Just ignore that corner. just act like it's not there. But this is the look, and yeah. ugh, that patch, it bugs me. I don't like that water patch. It doesn't have to be this black shadow. It could be any shadow. Sometimes my eyes just don't like stuff in the tear duct. It just don't like it. It just don't like. And I had hoped the concealer would, it's like more I touch it, the more it disappears. So not bothered. Moving on. So anyhow, that's the completed look. I feel like my look from yesterday was much. Let's just do this for the whole video. Just kind of like squint my eye. I feel like yesterday was so nice. It was so pleasant. And again, just because I didn't have no intentions, but now that I know I had to film this video, it's like, it's just not gonna, it's not with the jam. It's just like, whatever, it's having its moment. We're gonna let it have its moment, and we're not gonna give it more attention than it's already getting. So this is my completed look. So let me go in with my mascara. And I'm going in with the L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise in Blackest Black. I really like this. I like the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara, which people say is a dupe for this one. I mean, or the L'Oreal is a dupe for the Too Faced. But I really like this one. I don't know why. It's nothing against the Too Faced mascara because I think it's just as good. I just feel like my lashes are more coated, I guess I could say. The Too Faced one gives that coat, and it gives that volume, but it just feels different. I don't know if it feels or look the same in my opinion when I'm applying the color. It just looks and behave a little bit differently. The brushes look very similar, but Too Faced brush is really big. That is a big brush. I think maybe my eyes have some little bit of irritation because I do see some redness around my eyes, unfortunately. Maybe it didn't like that I was using so much black. It's like, girl, you're using black, you wearing black. No. Too much black. But yeah, the mascara is much different. Much different. I have other makeup tutorials I'll be coming back with in the very near future, that I've been playing with a particular palette and creating some different looks. And I've been playing with palettes to test them out versus, because I love my first impression reviews. Oh, I just hate that corner is, it's perturbed, honey. It's perturbed. I like, what was I saying? I like that I am testing my eyeshadows a little bit more. I'm still going to keep doing first impression reviews. That's not going anywhere, but I like to kind of play with it so when I'm talking to you all, that I have a more clearer view of what I could share with you, like how some shadows, if they all work really good, they all blend seamlessly, or there's some hidden misses in the palette. That way I could tell you, because sometimes when I'm doing a first impression review, I can only go off the shadows that I use. And my video machine is not upside down. My video screen is upside down. Okay, whatever. Hopefully it doesn't film that way. So that pretty much completes my look. So let me go back in and talk about what I have on my face. So I have, the only thing I can think of before I go into that I can think about why my tear duct moves some of this color from my lower lash line is yesterday I didn't put foundation on before I did my eye look. So maybe it could be I don't want to blame it on the foundation, because sometimes, you know, my eyes just water, and it's one of those things I can't control it, and I have to take my own positive note for today that, you know, there's no mistake made, but sometimes things just don't go as planned. Doesn't mean you did anything wrong. It's just not working. It's just not the day, I guess. But I wondered though, because I put on the foundation first today, did that foundation not like that area? So I'm thinking about doing a part 2. I'll remove this makeup, all of it, come back and re-record this, and then show you, see if it'll irritate my eyes then. Because I wonder if it doesn't, then I know it's probably the foundation kind of interacting with the shadow, not wanting to stay in place. But I'm going to do a part 2. I will come back and refilm this look again for part 2. So I basically am wearing a oldie but goodie. This foundation is not around anymore, but it's Becca's Radiant Skin Satin Finish Foundation. And Becca, if you listening to this, please re-release this foundation. My face absolutely love this foundation. It's in tobacco. I got this off a Hot Look, and I wish I had bought a second one, because it's so good and matches my skin tone very well. But that is the foundation I'm wearing. And then for my cheeks, I put on a bronzer, and I'm wearing again a bronzer that is no longer around. I do apologize for that. That's one thing that I wish that brands would do once it becomes a holy grail, or when it's a very loved product. I wish that it would stay around and that it don't become discontinued. But this is the Bare Minerals, the High Dive bronzer. And I love this bronzer too, because it gives me just enough of that sun-kissed glow on my face without making it look like it's overly done. So this is what the bronzer looks like. And this is one Bare Mineral. If you're watching also, please re-release this bronzer, because I like it. And I also saw that other people like it from the reviews on your website, that there are people who also really like this bronzer. Please re-release. And then for my lips, I'm using the NYX Pro Lip Cream Palette. So this is what it looks like. This is so good. And at first, when I first bought it, I thought it was concealers. But this is so good. It gives the perfect nude lip. So even though you can still see some of my natural lip pigment underneath it, it's fine. That's just how it is. There are darker shades in this that you can use for more of that cover up, or you can customize your own nude lip. It comes with 6 shades. So I'm using shade number 2, and I use a little bit of shade number 4 on the lower lip, and kind of blend it in, kind of give that peachy look. I love this. I recommend. And I want the other ones now because I think they have a berry one too if they still sell it. So I also am using Anastasia Beverly Hills Glow Kit in Sun Dipped. And it's the one that looks like this. Really good for medium to deep skin tones. And I am wearing the color Summer, which is this here. I don't know if you can tell it, but I really like kind of diffuse the way that it looked. But I'm going to re-record this makeup look because I'm not perfectionistic, but I feel like I really want to do this makeup look justice. And even though I have the pictures, which I'm going to insert in this video, I'm still going to put this one up. So I want you to see what happened here. And kind of here too, just a little bit, not as worse as this one. I want you all to be able to still see it without any boo-boos, you know, without anything that kind of like distorted it a little bit. It makes it look like I just been crying. But that's not the look I'm going for. So yeah, that's pretty much what I put on my face today. So I'm gonna remove the makeup and I'm gonna come back and re-record it. And I'm probably gonna be more quiet in the second one. I'm just gonna focus on showing you what I put on because I'm gonna put up this will be the part 1 video, and then I'm gonna do a part 2. So I'll probably be a little bit more quiet in the second one. So that's it, and I will show you pictures. And overall, I really like this palette. The shadows moving has nothing. I don't think it has anything to do with the shadows. It's just something having to do with my body. And maybe something with the foundation, because I did put foundation on before I did it yesterday. Or maybe just, you know, it's just one of those days that, you know, even when things don't go as planned, it teaches me to just accept this is just how it is. And it's not something for me to try to control. It's just what it is. Just inhale, relax, and just be like, be blessed for what has been able to create itself. And who knows, maybe it'll be better the second time around. So I'll see you back in my next video. And I'll wait part 2. Thank you for watching. Bye.